Hey guys, welcome to the Host of the podcast today on this rainy ass Thursday here, at least in Charleston. I got Jacoby. This is me and Jacoby today. We're on solo on best bets. Week 7 of college football. Let me check out my monitor right. There we go. All right, we are gonna reflect from week 6, which was a good sight. Matter of fact, how you doing today, Jacoby? Having a good day going, Bubba?
Doing good. Rain finally let up here, so sun's back out, but still a little chilly. Other than that, good week last week. Bounce back for me at least.
Right. Still a little too much red on the board. Good stuff. Now, yeah, you took the lead this week, actually. Most wins. Leading the way with 5 wins, 8 losses with the bets. Me and Matt were tied at 4 apiece with 9 losses. Then double-digit Ryan this week. 3 and 10 on the picks. Some of these were tough, man. I'm going to go back and run them down. If you're watching live, you can see the scores down below. Let you know. But here we go with the first game. It was Fresno State, Wyoming. Wyoming with outright win, 24-19. That worked in favor with Jacob covering for Wyoming at plus 4.5. Me, Matt, and Ryan took the loss with that. Next game, UCF and Kansas. Kansas is just mollywop UCF in this game. It was not close. Welcome to the Big 12. Jacob once again won that pick right with Kansas at minus 1.5. UCF. Oh, not just Jacob, Ryan too. So Jacob and Ryan. So congrats on you guys for that game. Oklahoma, Texas, best game of the weekend. Oklahoma with the upset, 34-30. Hits on this, well, misses on this was me with Texas at 6.5. The hits were Matt and Ryan with the Oklahoma covering. Then Jacob outright with the money. Trade money line. Plus 205.
That saved my weekend right there.
Up 200 on the weekend with cash, man. So that's good. That next game, Ohio State, Maryland. They looked it close initially, man. Maryland showed it all up. Then second half happened.
That's why you play all 4.
Yeah, right. Ohio State wins 37-17 over Maryland. Maryland covered by the skin of the damn teeth. Plus 20. The under did not hit for Ryan at 57.5. I'm thinking at 59. So he missed that by like a point.
I ended up getting this game lower when I took it. Yeah, it was like, I think 18.5 maybe. Yeah, so, but
that was rough.
I got it on here. I didn't get it in my actual, because I waited until that morning. I don't know why.
See, you gotta get them early, man.
Yeah.
The wells start coming in.
Well, I had too many other ones already lined up, and some of them I take later after I get some games cleared up. But
it's a lesson learned, you know.
It happens.
All right. Next game, LSU, Missouri. Classic high scoring affair. SEC out here looking like the Big 12. But LSU pulled away and win that game 49-39. The loss was Ryan with the Missouri money line. LSU covered this last second pick 6 over here. So Matt and Jacob got the coverage with the 4.5 LSU. The over for me hit as well at 65.5. The next we have Marshall, NC State. NC State showed up in this game. We all took L's on this. Me, Jacob, and Ryan took the Marshall coverage. And Matt under 44.5 did not hit.
And wasn't it in that game that the backup came in and threw like, did I see he had 3 picks, but also like 4 touchdowns?
Yeah, he balled out. Well, hit or miss, balled out.
I didn't watch that game, but that's what I thought I saw on the bottom line. I was like, wow.
Shout out to John Reese out here with the football emoji. Thank you, Reese. Come in.
John.
But let's keep it going. Washington State and UCLA. We all took losses there. UCLA decided to show up this weekend. The money line for Washington State plus the 3.5 did not cover for nobody here, so we're gonna keep it moving. Next game, Alabama, Texas A&M. The money line for Matt and Ryan did not go for A&M. Me and Jacob with the coverage. Bama -1. Syracuse.
It's scary.
Right?
Yeah. You know they were talking about that the next day. They're on McAfee or the other show. I can't remember which one after I said it.
But it would. So that was rough. Go ahead, Nick Saban. Tell them we ain't retiring yet.
Right.
All ACC, UNC, and Syracuse. North Carolina handled Syracuse pretty easily. I got the coverage with UNC. Matt took the over. Lost that with 59.5. And Jacob Bryan with the losses in the Syracuse covering. Kentucky, Georgia, once again, another blowout. Jordan Hanlon reminded Kentucky that who's the boss over in the SECs. 51-13, Dogs over Cats. We all took L's in this. Kentucky money line and spread. Covering spread. Y'all both took my line. I know that. Oh, yeah. That was ballsy. And the under didn't go for Matt either at -4 at under 48. Notre Dame, Louisville. Big upset for the Cards, man. They hand Notre Dame at home pretty handily. About scored a game. Can't wait for it to scroll past. But it's all good. And also that game, that was what do you think about Louisville getting that W at home?
That was a good win for him. I was watching another game during that too, but I didn't see the whole thing. But I mean, I like it. Which Notre Dame's just not a team we thought they were going to be this year. They can't get anything going to have a high-powered offense. So, I mean, that just goes to show you can outscore them, basically. Because I mean, they hadn't scored hardly more than 20 points a game.
Yeah, outside of the game against Navy.
Next week, I mean, that's going to be crazy looking.
Looking forward to it. Let's see. We'll see. That's going to be interesting. We're going to get to the game on the.
Yeah, I ain't going to get too far ahead, but yeah, that's just.
But shout out to Louisville. Big man for the ACC. I'm
still not sold on Louisville all the way yet, though. Like, they don't play Florida State. They don't play. So, defensively, I don't know who they really play that's going to have a major defense. Unless you say
Miami's going to probably be their best. They've had a good defense and stuff. They're just that their offense kind of probably sabotaged and they got to tire out.
So that's what I'm saying. When their offense doesn't work and your defense doesn't really do, I mean, they can only hold up for so long. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe Louisville can knock Florida State off this year. You never know. ACC championship game.
Oh, that's what I was about to get into. As got 2 more games covered, but so with Louisville not playing Clemson, they don't play Clemson, Florida State, or North Carolina.
Right? Yeah, they got a really good pass.
So a possibility, for anyone that hasn't really paid attention, is the fact that you could potentially have a 3-way tie with 3 undefeated teams if all 3 teams run the table. Because Florida State doesn't play North Carolina either. How it would go, essentially, there's like 4 tiebreakers, really, and the last tiebreaker is the commissioner's decision. Like he does a drawing or something, but I don't think it's going to get to that point. But I think
ranked. I would just go ranked over ranked.
Nah, it would be it's like conference winning percentage against like common opponents.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that. Pretty much how it breaks down. If they all these three teams win out, it will probably be Florida State, North Carolina, and Louisville will be missing out because they don't play Clemson. And the theory is that Clemson's probably gonna win out. And I think they're cross division. Like they play like Georgia Tech instead of playing Clemson. So it's just be on the weaker side. Even though Georgia Tech's 2-1 in the ACC. ACC's a little weird in that middle ball tier.
Yeah.
With that being said, Florida State, Virginia Tech. Matt, petty ass got the cover by like a point, 23.5.
Yeah.
Florida State just didn't show up the second quarter. But we'll get into that later. Then Wake Forest and Clemson. Surprised Jacob doesn't have gray hair. Watching that one. Wade gets the cover.
I had to go to the doctor on Tuesday. What you talking about?
So we have Clemson's win. That's a tough watch for their fans this year.
Hey, we always got one game a year, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we already had two, but this one just we have to have this one too. So
yeah,
the strugglest win there is
at home too.
Oh, we always, you know, we always do it.
Well, that's how I feel about Florida State and 12 o'clock games. Like, we've been killing the 12 o'clock slot this year. Yeah. Mainly because we've been playing, like, national televised games, so that's just for the exposure. We've just been playing against some scrub teams, minus Clemson.
Shout out. I hear you.
Overall records, I'll move forward. For me so far, so I'm below 500. 36-42. Matt's at 39, 500 even. Jacoby's at 38-40. And Ryan's at 21-31. I promise this weekend, well, actually, I'm not going to promise you that because this weekend slate's kind of, there's like a lot of 50-50 moments on it. But we're going to move through it, man. Are you ready, Jacoby?
I'm ready. I cleaned up my first couple picks this week. I'm going to clean up the bottom half, and we're going to get a big plus number here.
Oh, shit. I can find this game. It's going to listen to us. There we go. All right, guys, going to start Group of 5, Sun Belt, the Fun Belt Conference. Big in-conference game. Also, top 25 rankings are scrolling down below for people that are watching this live. Shout out to the homie on Twitch. Appreciate you, buddy. First game, we have Georgia Southern at James Madison. Jay Madison is a 5.5 point favorite. Over under is 58.5. Money line, underdog. Georgia Southern plus 205. Jake, what's your thoughts on this game, buddy?
Georgia Southern, I know we had them on a couple weeks ago with Coastal, and they ran all over Coastal. But I've been with James Madison this whole season. Me and you had talked about it before. Them being the best team in the state of Virginia. I'm going to go with James Madison to keep covering. They have done me pretty well, so let's see if they can't do it one more time.
Right. I was really back and forth for this game. The biggest one being that this is probably the best passing attack that James Madison has faced on their schedule. And they're probably second best is UVA. And UVA put up 34 on them. We know how bad UVA is. So probably should do some winning, but I'm going to go with Georgia State to cover because I think Georgia State's probably the best passing team in the Sun Belt. Now, I don't think they're going to win outright, but I think they can put some points. I think that James Madison's secondary can be a little vulnerable if you can take advantage of it. So I'm going with Georgia State.
With Georgia State, that quarterback's been very pick heavy this year.
Oh yeah, he's a gunslinger.
Yeah, but he does got his 1,600 yards. So yeah, they passed the ball.
He was like, "Oh, Hail Mary or not?"
Right.
Hit or miss, man. He's like, shout out to James Winston, 30 missed 30 for 30.
Right.
Next game, Mountain West, stick with the Group of 5. This is a big one. We got Wyoming, 4-1, taking on the undefeated Air Force Falcons. Air Force is a 10.5 point favorite. Over under this is 41.5. Over on money line for Wyoming is plus 310. Before we continue, let me read off Matt's and Ryan's for my audio listeners. Matt and Ryan both decided to take Georgia State plus 5.5 to cover along with me. Just to keep tabs for that. But Jacob, with Wyoming Air Force, what's your thoughts?
Did not see Air Force being 5-0 getting at this point in the season, but
Air Force
they've been doing. Huh?
They've also been dominating too. Like they have not played close to yet.
I know, and that's what's the shocker. They've really come off as I guess they're rushing. And I've been high on Wyoming, but I think Air Force will probably with that run game, I think they'll take this.
Air Force. Some of my listeners, I was in the Air Force long time ago. It was a good time sometimes. Jacob going with the 10.5. Hey, I love the Air Force. They're in their bandwagon, but I can never, ever choose one of our branches of the government schools to be a 10-point favorite. Are you crazy? Give me Wyoming. Wyoming has beaten Fresno State, and they held Texas to 10 points until the fourth quarter of that game. The Cowboys doing something wild up there, man. I don't know if they got Wyoming. I know they got wild horses and they got Yellowstone. I think that vibes, man. I felt the vibes. You want to talk about vibes, Jacob? I'm vibing the Cowboys. The only Cowboys I like, because I don't like those other NFL Cowboys who got stopped. This curve stop, man. Well, I don't know what that was. National TV? Y'all just out here, just no one show up?
Redheaded stepchild.
Audacity of them. I'm going to go with the Wyoming Cowboys to cover the 10.5 point spread. Matt is going with the over in this, 41.5. And Ryan's going with Wyoming to cover also. But we're going to keep it going. The Midwest, probably the worst offensive potential of a game you can ever watch, as we got Iowa Hawkeyes taking on the Wisconsin Badgers in Camp Randall Stadium over in Madison. Wisconsin is a 9.5 point favorite. Over under this game is 34. Underdog money line for Iowa is plus 295. Jacob, what are your thoughts on this game?
It's gonna be boring. Number one, both teams. I mean, they both only got one loss. Wisconsin. And I hadn't really watched much of them this season. I know their running back has done pretty good the last two seasons against Iowa, but I'm going to take Iowa to cover this overall. I just feel like it's going to be one of those very low-scoring games. Ends up being a 3-point, probably field goal at the end. So, yeah, give me Iowa to cover that.
Yeah, I can usually see this game being like 17-7. That's why I'm just like, that under sounds good, even though 34 is a low number for a college football.
So low.
Really low number. But
17-7 is only 24. That gives you 10 points to play with.
Yeah. And also, the Midwest is going to be windy, like average gusts 15 to 25. For some, even tonight, the Kansas City game tonight, they're saying gusts is up to 40. But I don't know, 34 is a low number. Give me, I'm going to torn on this game, truthfully. Give me Wisconsin to cover. I'm gonna go with Wisconsin to cover.
A little different.
Yeah, I think I just literally can't trust Iowa's offense. Like it's horrible, just how bad they are. They have a good defense and just they probably play a great game. And I think Iowa's offense is going to do a pick six or something just to give me 2 touchdowns and stuff. But and I think Wisconsin is just off as Iowa with better athletes, personally. That's the point. No disrespect to the Hawkeyes, but I'm messing girls from Iowa down here, and those are some of my favorite people, man. They have corn. I like corn. I like butter with some salt. I like popcorn. I don't know. I'm full of vibes, guys. But I'm going with the cheese today. Cheeseheads. Shout out Wisconsin. Drunkest state in the union. We're going to travel down to Texas. Fort Worth, we're going to catch BYU, Big 12 game. So weird to even look at this as a Big 12 game. But BYU, TCU. In Fort Worth, TCU is a 5.5 point favorite. 52.5 is over under. Money line, underdog line for BYU is plus 185. What you got with the Cougs and Horned Frogs?
I don't think TCU's covered all season. Just it feels like I don't know. BYU has done pretty good, in my opinion, but they still. I mean, I guess their key loss is to Kansas, and I think Kansas turned out a lot better than everyone thought this year. So give me BYU to win this game.
Okay. You doing the money line?
Yeah, I guess I'm going with them.
Let's do it, man. God, we've been so bad this year. We're choosing the pick. I was like, I just want to be different out of just that. So I'm be a little different. I'm gonna get BYU to cover. Plus 5.5. Even though I'm pretty sure they can win this outright. TCU is just not the same team. I guess Georgia took their whole soul.
Yeah. I mean, they lost to Iowa State last week.
Yeah. It's like who has their players are out here gambling Indian casinos, and you lost to some scrubs and the backups.
Right.
Get here, TCU. What are we doing over there? Matt and Ryan are both also on BYU pick outright. Going back to the Wisconsin-Iowa game, Matt had Wisconsin to cover, and Ryan had the over at 34. Next game, go to Jacob's second favorite team. The Orangemen versus the Noles, number 4, Florida State. Florida State is a 17.5 point favorite in this game. 56.5. I don't know what typo in that. For the over/under, money line for Syracuse plus 700. What's your thoughts on those in Orangemen?
Screw the Noles. All I gotta say. However, I can't go against some of this. I mean, at home, Syracuse is. I mean, last week I thought they were gonna be a little bit more impressive than they were, and they didn't even. I didn't think put up a fight. So yeah, I think the Noles will cover this. They're going to start cruising in the second half of the season, and I think completely playing a ball game is still something they need to do all the way through. But Syracuse, I don't think I have to give them any trouble.
I'm in torn with Florida State, man. Of all the teams that have competed for a national championship, even the ones that didn't make it or came up short, they kind of looked the part, at least at some point this year. And besides the LSU game, that wasn't even for a full half or a full game. Florida State's been, I don't know, kind of playing closer to the level of competition. I mean, they got a 20-point win over Virginia Tech. But I'm still reminded you gave up 17 points in the second quarter to make it like a one-score game after having them 22-0 in the first. Consistency. But I will say, given the benefit of the doubt, that I felt like they're kind of like Michigan right now is in cruise control and trying to stay healthy as possible, especially with the back half, like pretty much how the rest of their schedule, they're going to be favoring every game for the rest of the year. Miami is probably the only one that I would say would be tricky that could potentially beat them. Maybe Florida, the Florida plays the absolute best, but I don't know. Stop playing your fool, you're gonna get bit one time. But as far as my picks, So you said you were choosing FSU to cover.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so show some unity with us. Let this be the one. See if the nose can break the streak. FSU to cover. The money on this game though is Syracuse. I think it's like 60% of the money is Syracuse covered in this game. I think that's because of past results with Florida State. I will make a note with Syracuse though is the fact that in that last game against North Carolina, they got beat 40-7. I mean, they lost probably like 7 players in that game. The injury.
Yeah,
kind of beat them up pretty bad. So I'm just kind of keep that in mind and give
That's really what I'm going off of is last week's performance after get dominated by Clemson and then dominated last week. I think they took out everything that they had left that they were playing for.
Nice good with a lot of that, man. No. Yeah, good broadcast degree though, so good for you guys. We're gonna move on to SEC cross division matchup. Texas A&M, the Aggies will be traveling down to Knoxville to take on the Vols. Tennessee is a 3-point favorite in this. Over under is 55.5. Money line is Texas A&M plus 135. What's your thoughts on this SEC matchup, Jacob?
Tennessee coming off the bye has me really tempted to pull the trigger on them, but I mean their wins still this season are not impressive. I think this is definitely going to be the best team they've played this year in Texas A&M. A&M coming off a loss to Bama. That was a tough game overall, but normally teams after playing Bama lose the next week, but I'm going to go against the grain. Even though Tennessee's rested and ready to go, I just think that Jimbo will have his team ready to go because A&M with 3 losses is not favorable. I don't think for Jimbo with that fan base and everything. So give me A&M and Wegman to cover this one.
Let's go. One of those tricky games too. It's really what you're seeing with this game is what version of the team you're going to get. Tennessee offense is definitely not the same compared to what they had with Hayden Hooker last year. Also, there's no Jalen Hyatt burner on the outside for the Vols, but they still can put some points. They scare a few people. Then with the game being at home up in Knoxville, I think Tennessee can squeak this out. 3 points, I'll take it all day. I'm going against Jacob's vibes. Vibes. A little chilly over there. I don't know.
We heating up over here. I don't know. I went from 3 to 5. We do for 7 this week.
Oh. All right, we're gonna travel over to the ACC. Also with that, Matt and Ryan also with the Tennessee line at -3. They also own with Florida State at covering -17.5. Forgot if I said that or not. All right, we're gonna move on to the ACC matchup. NC State, Duke. This is a research triangle rivalry. Tobacco Road. Well, I guess this is a Tobacco Road. This is the Alton Road that no one really talks about. No one likes the boys in Raleigh. Duke is a 3-point favorite. 45 over under in this game. NC State money line is plus 140. Keynote in this game, there's no quarterback Mike Leonard for Duke available. He's out due to an ankle injury, so backup will be starting in place, but they are fairly confident that it will be same operation. So with that being said, what are your thoughts on this, Jacoby?
With Leonard playing, I was going to go over in this game. However, with that not being the case at the moment, there's going to be a redshirt freshman coming in. Like you said, they don't expect the offense to really change. So I was going to go, like I said, with the over with that. But do we know which quarterback's playing for NC State? Because Morris came in last week. Then we got Armstrong.
Let's find out. I haven't really heard anything about that. They play two. They play Saturday. You just have to keep tabs on. I'll look into it.
Regardless, but I still think Duke pulls this one out probably by touchdown. But yeah, it might be a little bit lower scoring due to the backup quarterback. So
I agree with that. Jump on y'all with the Duke -3. I think it's Armstrong still going. Still backing up. Sorry. The other guy. So don't quote me on that. I guess we'll find out game day, or I was seeing a follow up with NC State. I believe it's the other guy that replaced Armstrong. He was getting booed in his own state by his fans. Yeah. when he ran out, it wasn't even like. I think it was like the extra point to be the holder. I was like, damn, man, y'all rough. No love.
Right.
Right. Matt and Ryan were also on the Duke covering -3. I think NC State has a good defense, but they're just offensively just compromised. And I think Duke defense is pretty solid. Like I said, I think Duke's going to have enough take this out. That over is enticing them. I was thinking like this game can go 30-17.
I might just go over.
Boy.
Give me the over.
Do the over?
Let's just do it. I'm going.
All right, vibes.
That way, if NC State pulls it off, you know.
You heard first here, Holy City Hot Podcast from Jacoby. Massive SECs matchup as we go to Lexington, Kentucky. Number 4 ranked Wildcats going to be rocking the Missouri Tigers. Kentucky is a 2.5-point favorite. 51.5 is the over/under. Money line for Missouri is +120. What's your thoughts?
Well, Kentucky really let me down last week. I really wanted them to knock Georgia off. However, Georgia just completely shut them down the whole game. Was not impressed with them running or anything. But that just goes to show you that Georgia's hitting their groove, even though they had a slow start. Missouri lost a crazy game last week. I mean, they still would have lost, but the pick six at the end. But give me Missouri this week. Cook has been passing the ball all over the field. He's got 2 picks, 13 touchdowns. Running wise, or their receiver, Burden, he's been 5 touchdowns, 800 yards. So give me Missouri to knock off Kentucky.
Okay. Tigers has been one of the darlings of the college football season, at least unexpected good teams. We'll see if they can keep it rolling. Wildcats were at this point. It wasn't too much of this point because, look, Georgia was number 1 team for a reason. We're just finally waiting for Georgia to show up, and they finally did.
Right.
Unfortunately, it was just Kentucky that had to be the opponent. So in this game, I think Kentucky's going to win Missouri. I think I went with the over. I think this is going to be a kind of like a probably 30-27.
The over looks good too. Yeah.
I think the over in this game. I think Missouri can definitely go to Kentucky and beat them, but I don't know. I feel like games is a toss up, so I'm gonna go with the over with it.
Yeah, I'll go on money line. Just say no.
Oh, you money line?
Yeah.
Oh shit! As I was.
I
Plus
mean,
120. Let's make some money. You out here you taking all them dogs today, man.
nah.
You listen to that Drake album or something for the dogs?
I ain't take all the dogs.
You take all. You got 3.
Just some of them. Hey, the dogs been doing good.
Dogs being good, man. Making money over here. All right, let's move forward. Going to the Pac-12. This is probably the week that starts the next 6 weeks of Pac-12 just kind of playing each other. At least the top tier teams. First one tonight, UCLA, number 18, taking on Oregon State. Oregon State and DJU is a 3.5 point favorite. The over-under is 51.5. The money line, Oregon State for the dog is plus 120. What's your thoughts on this Pac-12 game, Jacoby?
Well, Oregon State has been up and down as far as covering and everything else. They've been, consistent pretty much defensively, except for last week. That would end up being a shootout. Like, I did not anticipate that. They gave up 40 points to Cal. DJ had a pretty good game. And then Chip Kelly shows up finally. I've been waiting for that all season. We talked about it a few times. Their only loss being to Utah in that horrible, low-scoring game. But I still think Oregon State's a more complete team. And defensively, they will, I think, do pretty well. So give me Oregon State to cover this one. The DJ's probably going to throw like 6 picks now. Let's say that. So,
right. This is how it goes. This is one of those another toss-up games for me too. UCLA has probably the best defense in the Pac-12. People probably say Utah, but I think Utah has some injuries that's kind of limiting them a little bit. Oregon State, I don't know. I still really don't know what this team is. Can't really figure them out. Like, they can look good and then not show up all the day. And DJ has that potential for both. So I am going to actually go with the over on this of 51.5. So for my listeners listening, because I guess it's changed a lot since when I typed this. I typed this around 12 today. But the over has actually gone up to 54.5. If it was 54.5, I would definitely take the under. But it's at 51 when I type this, and that's what we're going to roll with. So I'm going to go with 51.5. Just to keep that in mind, though. The line moves. People be feeling my vibes, feeling Jake vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
They gave 6 touchdowns, 400 yards.
Yeah.
He put 50 himself. Ryan is with you too, Jacob, with the Oregon State covering 3.5. Matt is going with UCLA plus 3.5.
See, me and Ryan picking the same. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, man. Oregon State following them nose, man. Went to the light side of the force.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. SEC West matchup. Big rivalry. Auburn, LSU. LSU's 11-point favorite. 51.5 has been a freaking number all night.
All day, that's been the number.
51.5 for over under. Money line for Auburn is 120. What's your thoughts on the Tigers and Tigers?
Well, we both know LSU's been in shootouts this year. Auburn took it to Georgia for a little while. Georgia escaped. A&M kind of ran them over, but LSU's just been so up and down in every game that they played. 11-point favorites to me is not feasible for them against an Auburn team that's looked pretty good this year, even though they do have 2 losses. I think that with their Thorne and their other quarterback, they switch in and out. I just think LSU that'll trip them up a little bit, and so give me Auburn to cover. Forget who their other quarterback is. But.
If Jay Daniels didn't have those 2 losses, he'd probably be the clear-cut Heisman leader right now. He's actually been balling since that Florida State game. The LSU defense is so bad, and it is crazy that it is this bad. Like, Brian Kelly, what you doing over there, bro? What is you doing? He finds a way to screw this up. Give me Auburn plus 11. You just can't trust LSU. This is watch what's happening. They're gonna win like 60-10. Watch.
Oh yeah, but everything we say we're out of one day.
You know what? I ain't gonna trust this. I'm going with over 51.5. Let's go. Over day. That'd be under things. I'd be over them. Over every day. 50. If there's a 51.5 out there, I'm taking it. There's actually one more game that has that 51.5 on slate. What's next thing? There we go. Maybe potential ACC matchup of the year. We shall see. And the one thing, Miami had the worst loss I've ever seen in my freaking life. Truthfully, how you have the game and
just embarrassing.
We gotta do
Kneel the damn ball.
Kneel the ball. Run the ball. I don't know who you press. Trying to say they have recruits. They were trying to get like some points with extra yards. It's like you have the game, man, and you change the luck, and luck gets you back. But guess what? You got some redemption. You get to go to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and take on the Tar Heels. North Carolina is I guess I didn't write them as a favorite. I think there's a 7-point favorite. Let me double check. Nope, I lied. 3-point favorite. Over under is 57.5. Money line for Miami is plus 158. What's your thoughts on the Canes and Tar Heels?
Well, May's been playing great over the past couple games. Obviously, last week he put up a ton of points. Miami, like I said, that was the stupidest loss I've ever seen in life. Even if Miami hadn't lost that way, I still don't think I can go Miami this week. They've been doing good. Van Dyke's 1,500 yards almost. Parrish's running back's been doing good. But give me North Carolina to cover this. What did I say? Pay him.
Yeah, I hear it in the comment section over here.
Pay his power. Hey, the power was out earlier, but yeah. So give me UNC to cover this.
UNC minus 3. Man, of all the games I think we have on the slate, this is the hardest because you don't know what these teams are. I don't know if North Carolina's actually as good as they say they are, or the record says they are. I know Miami lost to Georgia Tech. They should have won. So technically, they just chose not to win more than they actually lost. But I even could see Miami. I mean, it's really gonna come down. Can North Carolina get some stops on defense? I think their defensive line is compromised. I think this whole defense is compromised. The offense they put up 40 points, so they looked the part, but they also against Syracuse. So I was like, what should I take that as? Like, you did what you're supposed to do. You know what? I'm thinking South Florida boys will get some redemption. Give me Miami cover plus 3.
You don't want to go outright?
Huh? No. The fact I even selected them was already like, I feel like it's betrayal. Stuff. We see them boys in a couple weeks, so they come to tally. With that being said, Matt went with the over at 57.5, and Ryan actually did choose the money line plus 158 for Miami to win outright. So I guess he got the soft heart for the Canes. All right, see, Florida State can actually like their rivals every now and then. Like, we don't hate everybody like that. I'm in this like a Facebook group that they just bash Florida State in the damn group, man. Haters. But like my mom said, no, not my mom, probably any black person in past history. If you ain't got haters, you ain't doing something right. We got 3 more games on the slate, guys. 3 more games. Next, we're going big SEC matchup, homecoming up in Columbia this weekend. No, it's gonna be a good time. Tim did just a job up there, just acting donkey. We got the Gators traveling down to those other rivals in orange. Traveling down to Columbia, go see the Gamecocks. Gamecocks are 2-point favorites in this game. 51.5 is over under. The money line for Florida is plus 114. Jacob, what's your thoughts on your third favorite team?
This is a toss-up. I mean, I don't even know which way to go, honestly. My gut says go with Florida, but then both of these teams all season long, every time my gut says go with them, they screw me over. So, but I think being at home, Spencer Rattler plays pretty good in Williams-Brice. Mertz just hasn't gotten it together still. I mean, we thought there were some promises. Who was it? I mean, Florida struggled offensively against Charlotte, struggled in the loss to Kentucky. I mean, last week they played Vanderbilt, but it's Vanderbilt. So, but I just think Spencer Rattler, that dog comes out again. He's had a couple of losses and just some down play. And now he's had some down time. So give me him to pull this out off the bye.
Going with the Gamecocks. Let's go. God, I feel like I've been choosing against the Gamecocks so much lately. What Matt's talk about? Nick number 2 team is Miami. Oh Lord. Need to the hammer. Say yes. I don't know what 5 points. 5 points is completely different now compared to what it used to be.
Matt, he'll come pick us up.
Right? Yeah, Matt. You can be our
DD. We'll do a live broadcast from Williams-Brice.
Live. Let's go. Let's get. Let me get one of those cargo trains. What is it? Cockaboos.
Cockaboos.
Give me a cockaboos, man. I'll go live in that thing. Turn up. As far as the picks, let me get Matt off the line. Out here. If I want to part of 5 points, let me live my life. Fountain of youth. Man, Gamecocks. Oh man, I really want to pick you guys. I do. I want to. It's homecoming. Everybody's gonna be in good spirit. All the generations of Gamecocks will be there to celebrate. And this is just the perfect opportunity for South Carolina to drop the ball. Give me Florida. +2, man. Look, man, I love Spencer Rattler. But if I'm just looking at the roster for us to win this easily, the problem is, can Billy Napier stay of his own way? Just like, run the ball, don't shoot yourself in the foot, penalties. You have a pretty good defense. South Carolina's a horrible offensive line, so Spencer Rattler's going to be running for his life. It's kind of a challenge to Shane Beamer, man. He started off hot. He ended hot last year. With 2 big wins, but since you lost that bowl game to Notre Dame, man, it's been up and down. Some departures on the team. People are questioning, is he the right guy? I feel like give him some time. They corrected, but today I'm going with the Gators to cover. 2 points. I don't know. I want to go to the real stadiums. Oh God, it's Mad Guy. He's a Clemson fan, guys. Just we all make mistakes. No offense, Jacob.
Yeah.
Brian and Matt also are with the Gamecocks at -2. We're going to keep moving. The Battle of the Catholics. You got the Trojans of Troy down in Cali, traveling to Indiana. They're going to take on Notre Dame. Top 25 matchup. Notre Dame is a 2.5-point favorite. Over under this is 60.5. Money line for USC is plus 120. What's your thoughts on the Trojans and the Irish?
Well, if USC doesn't find a defense, they're going to get destroyed by teams down the road. I don't think Notre Dame's the team to really exploit them defensively, as offensively they have struggled this season overall. You look at poor performance against Ohio State. You beat Duke, lose to Louisville at home. Oh, wait. No, that was on the road, wasn't it? Yeah, that was on the road. But give me USC to cover this, because I just think Caleb Williams can outperform Hartman and ultimately just take over that game. He will, even though they don't play defense, but Notre Dame doesn't scare me enough right now.
I hear you on that. Shout out to Reese's cousin who went to Detroit. I think Reese a little confused because I guess I did say Troy, so he should be a little confused. We're not talking about Troy University in Alabama. We're talking about Troy was also a fictional city in Greece. That was the Battle of Troy in the Trojan War. And I'm not trying to go through the history of Greek history, but just to help Reese out. But that's the homie, though. Shout out to his cousin, though. Hey, tell your cousin to watch the podcast. Yeah, SC doesn't have horrible. They have a horrible defense. I don't know. I think it's just come down to that their coach just doesn't care about defense. He just won't try to outscore you. He has a good quarterback to do it, so I can't fault him for it. That just catches up with him every time they go to the playoffs. Even though this shouldn't be a playoff team. Give me. I'm gonna take SC the money line plus 120. I think the Trojans have so much power on offense. I don't think Notre Dame's going to have the offense to be able to score with them. At least my thoughts on it. And I think the consensus is that Ryan and Matt both do agree with me too. They're taking SC plus 120. One of those big Pac-12 battles, right? Finally, game of the weekend. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Wrong screen. There we go. The Ducks, quack, quack, of Aflac, head down to Seattle, Washington to take on the Huskies of University of Washington. Washington is a 2.5-point favorite. 66.5 is over-under. Oregon money line is plus 125. Jacobs, what's your thoughts on this massive Pac-12 matchup? Only top 10 matchup of the weekend.
Yeah, Bo Nix has been having a fantastic season. So has Penix. I know we've all had Penix as a probably Heisman candidate, if not favorite, in a lot of people's opinions. There is Caleb Williams and a few others that have done pretty well this season, but I don't know how good defensively Washington is. They've beaten. It looks like overall they've held most teams under 20 points, but Oregon, I just think they're very high-powered, and their defense has been pretty good. Shut down Matt's favorite team with Colorado, and they played them. But give me Oregon outright on this. I just got a feeling with Oregon. They've been here. They've done this. And I think they're going to come out in some fly uniforms, and they're going to be ready to knock off Washington. Go ahead and take their claim.
I do. Let me see. I think the worry of Washington is pretty much just Washington's defensive line going against this Oregon's offensive line. Washington usually does have like those big, Samoan players. They're just freaking massive, destroying people on the defensive line. This team doesn't really have that, so their defense is a little suspect. They just so far haven't faced an offense that can take advantage. I think Oregon is the offense. But I guess the question is, can Washington get pressure on Bo Nix to make him make mistakes? And I think for them to be able to do that, they're going to have to stop this Oregon running game. But Oregon potentially probably has the best offensive line, arguably in college football, definitely in the Pac-12. So I'm going to join you guys, Oregon, plus 125. I just think they're the better team. The line kind of tells you that too, because this was a neutral site. The line would probably be Oregon plus 2. Then if Oregon was at home, it'd probably be plus 5, minus 5. So give me the Ducks. Game of the week.
Sir.
There we go, guys. But there is me and Jacob handling 4 down. Brian and Matt were also with the Ducks. Well, actually, I lied. Matt was with the Ducks at plus 125 in the money line. Ryan's on trusting the Huskies to cover at minus 2.5. With that being said, guys, this is week 7. We do have some games tonight. I think West Virginia, Houston played.
I'm not betting against West Virginia. I will take them all night long.
All night long.
Wrong, Matt owes me money.
With that being said, also the NFL game, Chiefs and the Chiefs Broncos.
Yep. Chiefs
Broncos tonight. So
put all your money on the Chiefs because the Broncos suck.
Yeah, Broncos suck. That's Jacob's team. One note for all my bettors out there for betting on Midwestern games this weekend. It's gonna be windy out there, man. So the under is probably gonna be friendly for you. So take advantage before the market corrects itself. With that being said, you got any last words for the people, Jacob?
No, that's it. Have fun. Go make some money.
All right. You heard it, man. This is the Whole City High. Once again, please subscribe to us on all major platforms, including YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Twitch. Also, we'll hear the audio version of this on Spotify. This is your boy Nappy Nick. This is the Whole City High. We outside. Let's go.